G'day brewers, Hendo here from the Rockstar Brewer Academy. In this video, I'm going to show you how Beer30 can help you collect data from your lab, that might be your micro lab or your chemistry lab or something like that, how it's collected in Beer30 and how you can see the results. Let's take a look. So here I am in the Beer30 dashboard. Now, the place where you save lab data in Beer30 is under the quality module on the left-hand side here. Now, across the top here, you can see I've got critical QC data. This is where we store all of our lab data. Now, as you can see here, I don't have any custom fields set up for lab data and that sort of thing. So let's quickly just go and set up a couple of lab parameters that we would like to collect. So what I want to do is go into my tools process and then define custom fields, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a couple of micro lab results and a couple of chemistry lab results, just so you can get an idea of what we're trying to do there. So let's say my brewery, for instance, it has an alkalizer and I want to collect, say, the ABV and the current specific gravity from the alkalizer. And then my micro lab, what they might do is they might do some plating. So we'll do an MYGP plus copper. We'll also do a rack array to test for lacto and that sort of thing. Okay, so a couple of different plates all goes into the one place in the custom fields. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is I want to give them a nice name. So I'm going to type in alkalizer ABV and its category is brew specs and ABV percentage. Now it's going to ask which module it's going to go into, and it's going to go into the quality module, and then it's going to go into the analysis module section. Now, I'm going to make this active, but I'm not going to make this field required. In fact, I'm not going to make any of these fields required, and I'll explain why shortly. So I'll hit define custom field, and then that custom field is set up. So if I go to quality, I can see alkalizer ABV brew specs is all set up there and ready to go. So let's add my next one, which is the alkalizer SG. It's going to be gravity, and it's going to be in specific, and that's also going to go into quality, analysis, hit save, and that's all done. They're the two data points I'm going to collect for my alkalizer. Good enough for now. Okay, let's collect a couple of micro results. So I'm going to call it micro MYGP plus copper. And that is going to be brew specs. I'm going to go coliform units per 100 mils. That's also going to go into quality, analysis, define custom field, and the last one I'm going to create is my rack array. So micro rack array, that's the other plate that I like to use. Brew specs, CFU per 100 mils, quality, analysis, define custom field. Okay, so as you can see down here, I've got my analysis custom fields all defined and ready to go. I've got ABV SG from my alkalizer, and I've got my micro MYGP plus copper and my micro rack array there and ready to go. Now, just a reminder, they're not required fields, and here's why. So if I go back into the quality module, okay, I'll go to critical QC data, and now it actually lets me add data for a particular brand and batch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select brown sugar ale. I'm going to select IBSA 15, batch 15. It's going to say select the parameters to enter, analysis. Okay, now the first thing it's going to do is it's going to say when did you collect the sample. So I'm going to say I collected the sample now, and let's just say I received the sample at the same time. Perhaps if you collect the sample, it takes some time. If you're doing plating, for instance, it takes a couple of days to get a result back. You can put in the different times. That's entirely up to you. And here are the four custom fields that I've added. I've got my alkalizer ABV, alkalizer SG, my MYGP plus copper, and my micro rack array. Now, if you have a pretty comprehensive lab, you're probably going to have lots and lots of fields in on this page. Now, the reason why I made these fields not mandatory is, let's just say I'm doing an alkalizer analysis and I'm not touching the micro. Well, that's easy. I can just go 5.4% and I'll put 1.008 as my SG and record QC data, And as you can see, here's my history here that says 5.4% and 1008, and 2 entries were missing. That's okay. That's just a warning. It's no big deal. But down here it says missing fields, MYGP plus copper and micro rack array. All right. So you can actually go and continue to enter more analysis for this particular beer. Let's say a few days ago I collected a micro sample, and then today I got the results back, and let's say I got 2 for this one and I got 5 CFU per 100 ml for this one. Hit record QC data, and as you can see, now that we've updated different samples and all of those entries are now here. Okay, so this is IBSA batch 15 for brown sugar ale. Now, this is how we can see it here, but the really cool thing what you can do is you can actually go into batch history, and I can just search for brown sugar ale, IBSA 15. And of course, on the batch history page we can pull up basically everything to do with the batch that's happened. So I can just click the quality, and you can actually see in the whole batch history, you can see the 2 analyses that were taken. Oh, incidentally as well, whenever you see this little pencil, that means you can edit it. So if you happen to make a mistake, that's the place to go and update your results and that sort of thing. So all in all, that's the best way to collect your lab data in your brewery. So as you can see, collecting lab data in Beer30 and setting it up the way that you want it set up, depending upon your lab's capabilities, is super easy. It literally took me 2 minutes to set it up, and then collecting the data is a cinch as well. If you want to see more about how Beer30 can help you brew more and brew better beer, leave a comment below and one of the Beer30 crew will reach out to you and arrange a demo. Thanks heaps for watching this Tech Tip Tuesday. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.